Dipsy. Oh, I got 60 feet. 60. No Fish Nick here. Hey, I'm getting a lot of feedback and questions about my SW Dipsy. The feedback's been really good, and the questions though are just how it's done, how I do it, and I have done an update. I did video it this year, tying up my latest my last one, and I also even started trying it on the wire. I had some feedback from people saying they've been doing it on wire and it works. So I'll show you how I tie it up here, and just an update. If you haven't watched my first video on the SW Dipsy, SW just stands for secret weapon. We used to call 2 colors of lead on a downrigger. If you run 2 colors of lead on a downrigger, we used to call it a secret weapon rig. So that's where I got just the SW for the Dipsy. So I just call it a SW Dipsy, secret weapon Dipsy. But a better name probably for it is just going to be spring clip Dipsy. And how that all came about was I had buddies putting really long leads on their Dipsies and then hand lining it in, and that seems to be the trend, because I've been watching a lot of videos lately where people are they're hand lining their salmon in when behind Dipsies. So if you run a long lead behind Dipsies, you got a couple options. Obviously you got your slide divers and that. I tried slide divers, and I didn't care for them too much, but a lot of guys swear by them. A lot of my friends like them. So believe me, if you're good at slide divers, have at her. Don't worry about it, this modification. But if you have Dipsies and you want to put a longer lead, this is pretty simple, and you can do it in your boat very quickly. All you need is swivels. I've been using VMC swivels. I picked these up at Fleet Farm. They were these are the 100-pound test. These work for Kumas and Shimano reels, but if you go like Daiwa reels, go to a smaller swivel. Go to like down to a 50-pound test. Like I said, I had friends that were actually putting two loops on a line and attaching two clips, but that's a pain. Whatever. This system deals with just one clip. It's super simple, and it works. It just plain out works. My friend Troy actually figured it out. Well, he's the one that told me about it anyway. So, and that was like 3 or 4 years ago now. So anyway, this is a video on how I put it together. Hopefully it helps someone out. You know, if you got questions, put your questions in the comments, and give her hell. NFN. Okay, putting a SW Dipsy together. This is 40-pound test braid. Actually have some right here, but this is for my bass rod. This is only 20. But what I have on this rod is 40-pound test, and it I have like 33 colors, I believe, on here for backing. It's like 3 years old now. It's working fine. Never had a break. This braid is really good stuff. Just Cast King from I got it off Amazon, and I don't keep my rods out in the sun, so you know it. I haven't had any problems with it. And I'm putting together my SW Dipsies. I got some new Dreamweaver Dipsy divers. Getting a instead, I used to use the Lure Jensen with the mag ring, so these things are big enough to where you don't need the mag ring, so you're not messing around with mag rings and stuff. This is the size 5. So anyway, all right, back to making the rig work. I'm changing my leader. 40-pound test braid, and I'm using for the section where I put the loop in, I'm using Andy 30-pound clear, and I use the Alberto knot. It's a really nice knot that I've come to really use a lot now for bass fishing, walleye fishing, for everything. Anytime you're tying a leader and braid together, this Alberto knot works really good. It's pretty simple. Just make a loop, in your monofilament. Take your braid, drop it down through the hole, pull out about 20 inches, pinch it all together. You know, just remember you came down, because you're going to have to wind up coming back up out of that loop. So you pinch it together like that, and now you take your braid and just wrap it 5 times down, but keep it all going downward 5 times down. Okay, so there's 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we went down 5 times. Now you come up 5 times. You're going in the same direction. Okay, so there's 1 coming up, and you got to use your fingers here. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. But you want to keep them. You want to keep the loops all nice and neat. You know, 5 going down, 5 coming up, all the same direction. Basically, you're making Chinese fingers. Okay, I got 1 more loop. There's going to be my 5. Now I'm going to switch hands here real quick without losing my spot. Okay, I'm switching hands. That was my 5th loop. Now I'm coming up through the mono loop, just like that. It's pretty simple. Just like that. And what we just did is made Chinese fingers, basically. And what I'm going to do is moisten the line with my. I'm going to lick it, moisten the line, and pull it tight. And that knot goes through your guides really nice. Now, back when I first started making the SW Dipsy, I was using a piece of lead core, stuff like that, but I found this, just a piece of 30-pound Andy, because my leader's 20-pound, so I've never had a like the loop break or anything so far when I've been using this 30-pound, and it holds the knot, the loop really nice. So, okay. Cut off the tag end. Here's the tag end on this side. Okay, there we go. That is an Alberto knot. Very simple, very effective, and it goes through your guides really nice. I use this bass fishing too on my bait casters. I said this is my bass fishing line. I just used like 20-pound braid for bass fishing, and I put it like a 12-pound test leader on, and that works really slick for bass and walleye. Okay, now it's time to put the loop in this section. So I'm going to pull off a bunch of line, so I got plenty in case I screw up. So there, I pull off about 2-3 feet, and I'm gonna start more further this way in case I screw up and have to try to put another one. And now I just do the overhand loop, but a double. So I just grab a section of line like that, go through once, and then I'm going to go through again, and that's my loop. That's all I do. It's a lot. This is simpler than my original, trying to do a lead core cover, like a Dacron cover, and this heavy mono really holds that loop nice. I just try to keep my loop kind of small, so I push the knot together like that, pull it tight, and hopefully you can see that. There, it's cinched down really tight. That's all I do is attach that. This Dipsy goes on that loop, just like that. I get all kinds of crazy comments like, that ain't gonna work, that ain't gonna work. Believe me, it works. And I don't attach anything to the back end. It's all running off this front end. And so now, that's the business part. And now I just need to put on my leader. And I usually run like a 50-foot leader. So I'm gonna trim this down a little bit. Or I'll leave that on there until... Okay, now I usually use a small swivel. I like swivels in the line just to keep twists down and stuff. So I want to put on a small swivel, but one that's still rated for over 20 pound. And then I just reel it right up through my I got Shimano. It's a 600 LC Dakota. So and it goes right through, you know, it goes right through, and it goes right through the guides. So keep everything small enough to go through the guides. But right there is going to be my swivel, and I'm setting up with just I'm going to put 20 pound test. I've been really liking this fluorocarbon coated stuff. I've been using this for quite a few years now. Maybe not this brand, but just fluorocarbon coated. I've been liking that. I'm setting up with 20 pound test, and this stuff is really nice to work with. And it sinks. It's a sinking line, so I'm not sure if that helps or not, but that's it. But it does have stretch, so you're 50. You don't need a snubber or anything. Use 50 feet at least of this stuff, and you get enough stretch where the fish stay button. And you don't need a snubber. Now I'm going to be tying this little swivel on. This one, just going to use a Palmer knot. Moisten. Pull tight. Okay. Okay, there is my loop. So, all right. Actually, I don't trust that because I forgot to moisten this one, so I'm going to cut this and redo it in this section here. I just don't because I forgot to moisten it. I just don't trust it, and you got to be able to trust it. So I'm going to retie. All right, here's the retie. This time I'm really closer. I'm a lot closer to my Alberto knot, but that's fine. I moistened it really good, and I'm using my hemostats to help tighten the knot. There we go. There's my loop. I still got plenty of lead. That's why I started with the longer in case I screwed up, and which I did. But now we're back in action. Okay, that's the hardest part about this. But now I'm ready for the summer. I'll use this the whole summer now. And whatever leaders I want, I just tie to the swivel, and away I go. Like I said, I'm going 20 pound now. Once I set up for just king fishing, where I'm fishing for big kings out for the KD tournament, I'll go up to 25 or 32. I have both. I have 20, 25, and 32 for leaders, and then I also have 15 and 12 for like when I go for brown trout. And this stuff really works great. I really, I like it, you know. You might not like it, but I sure like it. That's what I use. Now this, what we'll do is we'll zero out the line counter, and I'll reel in where I have 60 feet a leader. And when you set this out, you zero out, you zero out your line counter for the Dipsy, but you got a 60-foot leader out. It's going to be out behind your boat. Works pretty slick. Or 50 foot, whatever leader you put. All right, so we're gonna go 60 feet of line. I really don't care if this leader spins around. I got swivels. So here comes like the loop coming through, and it just slides right through. Even a little swivel just goes right through, no problems. So I get down. Okay, there's a 50-foot leader. Now we're gonna go 10 more. There's a 60-foot leader. Okay, there we go. 60-foot leader. Okay.
Coming fast.
All right, I'm ready. Here comes the Dipsy. Oh, I got 60 feet. 60 feet.
Gonna cast the boat up. Right at the boat. Where that smart one's been.
Okay, just keep him on the surface if you can. Where is he? No.
Okay.
All right, he's in the net.
Nice one.
Yep. Good.